Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and today I'm joined by Angel.
Hi.
It's been a few weeks, but we're back with Poor
Mhm.
Charles, Tempted. We discussed week 2, so I will roll the credits and we'll get right into it. I just realized I said we discussed week 2. We watched week 2.
Well,
Sorry, it's
podcast's over.
So it always takes me a minute when we don't watch it for a few weeks to remember where we were.
Mhm.
So I had forgotten about Livy and the snake.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, that's right, the snake bites her. I think we may have missed a minute of the beginning because I feel like we came in mid-scene with Lucy and Kevin in bed.
Yeah.
And what I have here is Lucy and Kevin are keeping their engagement a secret.
Oh yeah, because they got things engaged. Yeah, in the closet.
Yeah, yeah.
The supply closet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the supply closet.
Yeah.
Where she said no and they thought they were locked in there and he knew that he didn't lock it the whole time. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Ian calls and he tells Kevin that he needs his help, I guess, with Eve, because Eve is
Yeah.
half the cast is freaking out because they feel like they can still feel Caleb.
Mhm.
um
And the other half is like, no, you're crazy.
right. And I'm like, you lived it, like you should believe them if they feel something.
Yeah.
Jack and Allison are looking for Livy in
Mhm.
the cave that has no
The
plumbing.
catacombs.
The catacombs.
The catacombs that got no plumbing.
They find Livy's bracelet.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Livy's laying in the grass, poisoned by the snake. Gabby and Jamal are still at the what is it?
Let's just call it the retreat.
The retreat.
Yeah, that's because I figured out. I was like, oh, she's just retreating. She's not becoming a nun or anything like that. In fact, I've done retreats before, so
Yeah, I've done them too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Reasons.
They're being watched. They're being watched by somebody. And I couldn't even venture to guess who would be watching them. I was like, is it
Yeah,
Joe?
I thought it was Caleb just because I thought it was the same. Because remember when Jack and Lizzie were sleeping together and there was somebody looking in the window. I thought that was Caleb as well. Okay. So I'm thinking that Caleb could be everywhere, but turns out it isn't.
Allison and Jack kind of have a little back and forth about her being there and helping, and she's like, you're my friend, I'm gonna help you. And she's just like, so this is what we're gonna do. She's like, 4 eyes are better than 2. And he's just like, wow. I laughed because he's like, I see why Jamal calls you Spunky. That was cute.
That was cute.
Allison finds the box but doesn't know that she finds the box that has the ring in it. She just sees something and she's trying to reach for it and the snake is there. But Jack comes in and he sees it and he kills the snake with a rock. Livy has the wherewithal to kind of bring herself to General Hospital.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're bitten by a snake, you would crawl yourself to GH2. That's far for you, isn't it? It's very far for me.
Yeah, mine's a good 20-minute drive to the nearest hospital.
Oh no, I meant Port Charles in general.
I didn't know the nearest hospital to you.
Port Charles General Hospital. I didn't mean your hospital. I meant Port Charles.
It's early. Where am I? Oh, so Chris is still obsessed with vampirism. He's like, you're a vampire slayer, right? And she's just like, can you stop saying the V word? We're all trying to move past this. So they get Livy on a gurney and they bring her in, and she's just kind of now she's kind of out of it. She can barely talk. They put her on some oxygen. Lucy ends up calling Jack, but it's like spotty service, and he gets that Livy's in the hospital.
Yeah.
He was bit by the snake, I guess. Then he like packs up the carcass of the snake. So I guess brings it to the hospital so they can run tests to see like what kind of weapon it is. But Allison never gets to see the box that has the ring in it. Leave that there. So they find out that the snake was from Australia.
Oh, I completely missed that.
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah. When
like completely missed it in dialogue. So
yeah, Ian was, I guess, trying to like work on an antidote, and Kevin was like looking through books, and he's like, it says it's like a blackhead, like Australian blackhead snake or whatever, and he's like, how did it get so far from home?
Yeah.
So I'm like, is there any Australians on the show? Like, how did it get there?
Jax?
Yeah, right. On the other side of town.
On the other side of town, yeah. Still an Australian I know in Port Charles.
Jack is like at Livy's bedside as they're like trying to work on her. Chris like is getting really crowded in here because like Allison's at the door. Kevin's in there. And he's like begging her to come to him, and then she starts like hallucinating about Caleb. Jamal leaves Gabby to finish her prayers. He brought her like pictures of him when he was a baby and some of her other brothers, and
I wonder if like that baby picture was really Kiko Ellsworth.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll do that on a show.
They'll do that, yeah. Just
to make it more authentic.
Yeah, I forgot, and I apologize. I know he goes by a different name now. I just forgot what the name was, so that's why I'm going by what he was credited as before. So yeah.
Jamal sensed that somebody was spying on him, and he like catches the person, but we don't see that in this episode. Like we don't see the person. And Livy goes into respiratory arrest because I guess she gets agitated by her hallucinations. So the person that was spying on them, we open, is Valerie. So now I know Valerie just from like having watched like Arcs.
Me too.
She was on the show pre-Arc.
She was on the show pre-Arc. She was played by a different person.
That was gonna be my next question.
This is Valerie number 2.
Does she get recast the third time?
So you're probably looking at Valerie Spencer. Just kidding. It was also recast twice. It was also recast, like there were 2 Valeries for that. But yeah, because remember, if you remember, Valerie Spencer was played by Brittany Sarpy, and then somebody else came in for like literally an episode and a half.
Maybe she straightens her hair, and that's why I think it's a different actress.
Yeah, I think it's just 2 Valeries, if I remember correctly, for this one. Valerie Hollander. Hollander. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, because she went into like detail about like her story, and I'm like, this feels like you've been here before. This doesn't feel like a random person that we never met, but I'm going to tell you I have this history with you and tell you all this backstory. Like I'm like, no, you've been here before.
Yeah, she was like during the whole Cedric thing.
Yeah, she mentioned Cedric, and I'm like, when she said that, I was like, yeah, you've been here before. So Chris keeps working on reviving Livy, and she dreams about Caleb, and he keeps calling her to the cave in the music box. Eve told Lucy that Caleb was back and is out to get them all. I think this is the episode where the baby mobile is hanging over the baby in the NICU. And she's like, who sent this? And
yeah, because remember the nurse put it up there the last time.
Yeah.
The mean nurse.
Like, I don't know, like we just thought it was like a present from somebody, and she's like, yeah, but who sent it? She's like, and she like is very suspicious that it's from Caleb. I think Lucy even like winds it up, and it's like a nice baby tune. Eve is just like, no, like I need to know. And eventually they find that there was a note with it, but it still doesn't say who it's from. It just says to a very special baby. Or
well, we knew about the note in the mean nurse read the note, and then that's when she hung it up.
Oh,
previously, so
okay.
But then the note just disappeared, and then the cake reappeared, I guess.
Livy dreams about opening the box with the ring in it, and she gets injected with the anti-venom medication, vaccine, whatever you want to call it. And she like regains consciousness, and she's like screaming.
Yeah, I like that there was that they injected her, the music stops, there's a beat, and she screams. I love that.
Valerie tells Jamal that she had to give Hope up. Well, first she says she lost the baby, and I'm like, okay. So did Jamal get her pregnant?
That's what I was wondering, because that's part of the story that I forgot. I forgot if he was just helping her out with this baby, or if this is Jamal's baby.
Yeah, so first she says she lost her, so it makes it sound like she like had a miscarriage. But then as she explains, is that she couldn't provide for the baby, so she ended up giving it up for adoption. This feels like we're setting it up for her to be a thorn in him and Allison's side. And like he's gonna like I feel like I see the story of them, like she wants her baby back, and he's gonna help her find the baby, and she's gonna use this baby to play on his heartstrings to be with him. Like I just mapped it all out in my head.
Yeah, especially with who else is coming in. I'm wondering if like who else is coming in later in the week. I'm wondering if like they're setting it up for them to be broken up.
Oh right. Ian tries to reassure Eve that Caleb couldn't have sent the mobile, so he's like part of the cast that doesn't believe that Caleb's still around.
Yeah.
Jack told Livy that there was no music box in the caves. Valerie. Oh, Lucy was convinced there was something evil around, like she's getting one of her vibes. And Livy went to go see the baby. And she sees the mobile, and she gets like fixated on it, and she hears
Caleb's
song, even though it's playing the baby song. And so she starts shouting, Caleb's still around, it's Caleb. But the baby's not in the crib. So, and then we see in like the preview, because they always show like the first minute of the next episode in the preview, that she's like, Caleb has him, but Jack looked like he was looking at her like, girl, are you crazy?
Crazy.
But like, he shouldn't feel like that, because didn't he feel like he was becoming a vampire again last time we saw them?
Yeah, he felt like he had the super strength.
Yeah,
he threw the suitcase halfway across the room.
Allison is relieved to see that the woman that Jamal was hugging is Valerie. So again, I'm like, okay, you've been here before, because Allison knows who you are. Oh, Livy told Ian that Caleb must have snatched the baby. But Kevin arrives with news about Daniel's disappearance, sending Ian flying into a rage. You know what that's about? I feel like I missed this part.
Hold on. Was Eve gone too at that point? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that's when she took him out the hospital.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
She took Danny out the hospital. Yep.
Yeah, I got it. Jack tries to convince Livy that her visions of Caleb are all in her mind. Oh yeah, because my next note is Eve is thanking Lucy for helping her get the newborn back to the apartment. Ariana's apartment.
She doesn't exist anymore.
Ian storms in and he's pissed that like she didn't let anybody know that she was doing this. Gabby overhears Jamal and Valerie quietly like talking about the night that they spent together.
Oh, so the baby was.
Yeah, but that could be misconstrued for a
yeah.
soap opera. The night they spent together could have been the night that they spent all night talking. Livy begs Kevin to help her regain her sanity. And Lucy finds Jack boarding up the entrance to the catacombs.
And then they fall.
He vows to make sure Livy never has any thoughts of Caleb again.
And they make sure that those catacombs have proper plumbing.
Yeah. Eve thinks that her fears of Caleb is what's keeping him alive. And Ian is just like fed up with the whole fiasco. Kevin questions Lucy about her and Jack entombing Caleb in the catacombs. And Lucy says she was getting really strange vibes and that Livy's afraid she's going crazy. Jack told her that they'll get their lives back, but it'll take time.
About an arc and a half.
Yeah. Lucy tells Kevin she feels like she's still out of balance. And that like some type of evil is coming. And Kevin's like, you might be right. Your vibes aren't always wrong.
Yeah. I like how supportive he is of her, like, supernatural, I guess. Not her supernatural ability. I guess, yeah, you would say supernatural ability.
Yeah, he jumps on board really quickly, usually.
Yeah.
Livy looks at candles that have been lit, and she starts to like hear Caleb's voice in her head.
And the candles go, they're gone. The light went out.
Ian has a heart-to-heart with the baby. He tries to explain to Daniel that his mother will always be overprotective of him. Eve wakes up and hears this. And she's like, I'm not sorry that I took the baby. That's my baby. Lucy lights some candles and she opens a book and tries to like contact the great beyond to get like rid of the bad juju. Kevin yells at her to stop her chant because she's inviting evil into the home. She explains that this is the only way for it to work, to like get the evil forces out. So this is, I think, when like Jack and Livy. So Livy's just like home. She's fine, even though she was poisoned like an episode ago. She's just like back home.
Yeah.
This is like when Jack and Livy are both having nightmares.
Yep.
At the same time, next to each other.
No, I like Jack's nightmare better.
His was bloody.
It was, oh my god, it was like so, oh hey, look at me, I'm Livy, I'm gonna seduce you, I'm gonna be with Caleb, all this and all that. And then but even like the set design and everything like that was really cool. Like the white room, the like little spikes, the Livy wearing red, like.
So Livy's dream is that she's back in the catacombs looking for the box to prove that she's not crazy. And Jack is like having a nightmare that he lost her. He finds her white nightgown all bloody. I thought it was funny. They both kind of jumped up at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you think Livy really couldn't remember her dream? She was just saying that to like because she didn't want to like fight with him again about it.
I'm guessing the latter. Yeah.
Yeah. So Eve and Ian make up from their fight. Ian tells Eve it's time to move on with their lives, and Eve proclaims her love for Ian. But you could tell she's still kind of preoccupied with Caleb. Lucy and Kevin. I think this is why Kevin got on board, because the mirror broke
The mirror, yep.
when Lucy was chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin told her he did feel the evil, but it couldn't harm them for some reason. And he goes to check on Livy. There's a knock on the door that startles them both, and they answer, and it's kind of like, "What are you doing here?" Like, kind of a thing. We don't see who it is.
You don't see who it is. Yep.
I thought it was funny that they
That
played
would have
that
been a Friday
scene all over
cliffhanger.
again in the preview.
Yeah, that's a Friday cliff. This is supposed to be a Friday episode.
Right.
Because remember when we started the episode, it was like when we had 3 to 6 episodes, but it started on Monday, and then because of 9/11, everything else got scrapped, like pushed back. So
I wonder if, because I'm sure Thanksgiving week was probably like not a 5-day week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they didn't air it because of Thanksgiving. Like, I wonder if they reworked it midway to make it like the structure work again, or if they just something I noticed. I don't know if it's just the way that whoever recorded these recorded them, but like I haven't seen one promo, like a legit either SoapNet promo or ABC promo.
I saw a SoapNet promo
in these episodes.
In these episodes, yeah, because but it was the same one as like the last week.
Oh, really?
With, like, Caleb, come to me or whatever. It was the same one as
I almost feel like they didn't like invest in this, or if they were just like trying to keep it under the radar because of what was going on in the real world. Like they just I really don't know.
Because like the song is Tempted by, I forgot the name of the band. It's the Tempted by a Fruit of Another, that song. So
I haven't even, have we heard that? Because that doesn't even sound familiar.
I heard it in the one promo, but they don't play it at all in the show yet, as far as I know.
Okay. So we pick up, now we're on Friday's episode. Kevin and Lucy open the door, and it's Rafe.
It's my friend Brian Gaskell.
He's there because he felt like they needed his help. Did you feel like it was, I don't know, it wasn't awkward, but it was like the hug between Lucy and him, because like they just kind of met, and she was, I don't know, I know they're family, but like it felt like, oh, hey cuz.
Hey cuz.
Where am I? Oh, sorry, I'm lost. Oh, so Jack tells Livy that she can't go back to Caleb. He begs her not to leave him. Livy, thinking she is crazy, can't believe Caleb is there. This is a dream, right?
I'm wondering if it was, see, that's the thing, I'm wondering if it's a dream, or I'm wondering if it's real, or if it's a hybrid. I don't know.
Because Caleb explains to Livy that he's not exactly alive, but he isn't exactly dead.
Dead, yeah.
And she wants to know why he's there, and he informs her that because she listened to the music box and was the only one that heard the music, she's the one that brought him back.
Damn it, Livy.
You're always messing things up for everybody.
Always messing things up for everybody. You could have left well enough alone.
Kevin asks Rafe if he senses the evil in the house, and Lucy explains to Rafe that it couldn't possibly be Caleb because they killed him. But Rafe still feels the evil. And he kind of like looks for clues. He sees the broken mirror. Lucy explains that they conjured up some evil forces.
And Rafe is not having it.
Rafe tells her that she has no clue what she's doing, and she's making things worse. And she's like, how am I making things worse? And he reminds her that she must be very afraid of what she's doing. And it's not as simple as she thinks. He asks her to tell him where the evil is, to show him. And she kind of like shows him like the area of the room that she felt it. Oh, this must have been like a hangover of their nightmares,
Yeah.
Jack is like chasing after Livy in his dream, begging her not to
Mm-hmm.
go back to Caleb. Yeah. So she must have woke up in this one and couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Lucy asks Rafe how they can get rid of the evil. They all stand silent, and he says, you know, try to feel like the presence. And even Kevin's like, I feel something. He's like, I wonder if Kevin was like, do I have powers?
Yeah, powers, huh?
Lucy and Kevin ask Rafe how to fight it. But he's still kind of like in a trance. And he goes to the broken mirror, and I guess they kind of like production must have just like rewound the mirror breaking.
Around the mirror breaking, yeah.
Because it literally goes in reverse and it's just like not broken anymore. He fixed the mirror.
Mm-hmm. And then they probably had a second mirror just to replace it, so that way you can see them looking in the mirror.
Yeah, he basically says you have no power here. The chant that he's doing sounds familiar. It sounds like a chant that my friend told me she used to do when she would like put sage in the house. Like burn seed.
Oh yeah.
She's like supposed to say like all good things, all good things. So where are we? Yeah, oh, so the nightmares, this is how this one ended with them waking up from the nightmares. Ian and Eve are like just having a quiet moment together, but they're startled by the thunderstorm. It sounds like it hit the house and like wakes the baby. Lucy is frightened by what Rafe told them about the evil. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So this would have been a Monday episode.
This would have been a Monday episode, yeah.
Which is why I guess it feels weird that it just ended like this.
Yeah.
Because it ending on them answering the door like, what are you doing here? Would have been like the cliffhanger. But yeah, it was a fun watch. I'm glad we're back in.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
Just hi, Brian Gaskell, if you're listening to this. I hope you and your daughter are having fun.
And that's it.
And that's it. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another week's worth of Port Charles Tempted. As always, you can find us on all the socials at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.